everybody, it's Andy with True Blue Quilts, and I am so glad you are joining me today. I have a new setup for you. This is my Longarm studio, the loft of my two-story house. So thanks to my family for letting me take over such a large area in our house. So today I want to talk about longarming. I'm Andy, and this is True Blue Quilts, a place to enjoy, experiment, and excel as you quilt. You can see right over my shoulder, I've got a Gamble Classic Plus. I started longarm quilting in 2006, so I've been at it for a while, and it was very kind of my husband never to put any pressure on me to make money from quilting, but I love it, and I love working with customers to bring the vision for their quilt to life so that we can all enjoy, experiment, and excel as we quilt. So a lot of people, and especially in the online groups that I'm in with quilting, people ask, how do I find a longarm quilter? And my number one piece of advice is to do your research in your local area. Quilt shops, number one, and guilds, if you're part of a quilting guild. Ask around. The quilters, longarmers will just come out of the woodwork, and once you say that you're in the market and are trying to find a longarm quilter. But you'll see the rows of business cards a lot of times at quilt shops. So take a look at those, take a few of them, talk to the different quilters. You're gonna get a lot of different information because it is kind of a unique personal business. Every quilter has a different style, and that certainly shows on the longarm. There are some people that only do pantographs or edge-to-edge designs, and there are others that do custom, even the amount of custom, the detail work. There are some quilters that can do custom designs. Like me, I do pretty open, casual feel designs versus the heirloom quality. Sharon Schomburg is a nationally known Gina Perks from Arizona. Those are two names here that have won national awards for their very detailed, very intense longarm custom quilting work. So you're going to get a range of abilities, of prices, all that kind of stuff. So you definitely need to start the conversation there. Okay, so now that you have found your quilter through your local quilt store or through your quilt guild, or word of mouth, of course, ask your friends and neighbors that quilt if they have used a longarm quilter. It comes to the issue of price. And again, this is going to vary. It varies by region. There are some quilters, the prices may be a little bit less in the Midwest versus on either coast. So just have that conversation. You can get a good estimate. A lot of longarm quilters are based on square inch, so they'll have a certain, like, pantograph quilts could be anywhere from 2 cents to 5 cents per square inch. Custom quilting could be anywhere from 4 cents to 6 cents per square inch. So you can use that to measure your quilt, get the total area of your quilt, and then calculate the prices there. So, you know, rules of thumb, anywhere from $100 to $300 maybe for a twin size. It's hard to say without knowing specifics, but I do know people are curious and interested how much longarm quilting does cost. And some big tips on what to bring to your longarm quilter. Obviously you'll have a quilt top, and I've just got a small block to use as a demo. So you'll have your block. You want it to be pressed nicely on the back because a lot of longarmers, you're not paying them to iron. So prepare your quilt top nicely. And then the batting and the backing. Batting is going to be dependent. For instance, I ask my customers to bring their own batting. I do not want to get into a lot of sales tax and extra costs, so I ask the quilters to provide the batting that they want. Some quilters do keep that on hand and they sell that as part of their service. So again, talk to the longarmer. All these decisions can be made and worked out with them. You want your, and then of course you need your backing, so that third layer. You want your batting and your backing to be larger all the way around your quilt top. I use a 4-inch rule of thumb. So I want 4 inches top and bottom, 4 inches left and right. And the reason we do that is because I have to pin these layers to that machine. And you can see off to the side here, those kind of the cream color next to the black, those are the leaders, those are the rollers that these layers are pinned to. So I need that 4 inches so there's room to pin it and then roll it up on the machine. And same thing at the bottom. Yes, we've all had those instances where the quilt top, barely fits on the backing and the batting, and then we have to get so creative, and we're in our long arm quilt groups going, oh no, help, I've got a disaster looming. But it's fabric. We can all fix things with needle and thread. The left and the right sides are important because once the fabric is rolled up on the machine, we use clamps to hold it in place and keep that taut so that we can stitch over it. And you need some extra room on the left and the right. Teresa's asking 4 inches on each side. Yes, so I measure the length and the width and then just add 8, and that will get the total dimensions that you need for the batting and the backing so that there's 4 inches on all 4 sides. I would caution that you don't want to just give a quilter a twin size quilt with a king size batting. If you have way too much excess batting and that gets rolled up, you're going to have a huge amount of extra stuff on one end of the long arm and then the flat stuff in the middle, and that's going to cause some waviness and some sagging for the long arm quilter, and that creates an extra set of problems. So you want things to be just right. The story of the 3 bears, not too hot, not too cold. So we want just about 4 inches on every side. And so that's going to be the biggest thing, is to get the right size batting and backing to go with your quilt so that the long arm quilter can stitch it and create an extra layer of beauty on the piecing that you've done. If you have any questions about long arm quilting, please leave a comment below and I will answer those questions in future videos. If you're ready to try some free motion quilting, check out the video you see on the screen with my recommendations for easy beginner stitching motifs. And I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.